Um, what's brewing, my gamers? I'm here. It is, I think today's like a palindrome or something. I don't know what it's called. Like, it's the same whenever you start it, because it's 02, 02, 2, 02, 0. And if you flip that around, it's the same thing. So, I figured today is a very special day, because this only happens like, next time this is going to happen is whenever all the 2s are 3s. And that's 1,010 years from now. And a month. And a day. That's really long. So today, guess what we're doing? We're finishing that. I was going to do that yesterday, but actually, no. I'm going to put all this back together so that I can do it at the end. And then I can finally go back to reviewing things. So that's gonna be good, because I haven't reviewed something in a very long time. Okay, is this cover? Yes. So I have every page. I don't, I'm missing pages. I threw it too hard, the pages went missing. Oh, I found them. I got them. Okay. So today we're doing the entire last third. What do we have left? Okay, sorry, I know I'm about to make it take forever for us to get into it, but we have the original Friday the 13th, and Friday the 13th Part 6, and, I feel like we've got more. Friday the 13th Part 3, and Friday the 13th Part 4, so that's pretty cool. We still have Scream. I just thought that I'd tell you that. We have Silent Night, Deadly Night. I'm trying not to just go in order from where they are, because then I just tell you where all of them are. And that will be it for the Silent Night, Deadly Night series. Oh, we also have Jason X still. We haven't done Jason X yet. I forgot to mention that. We have Saw 2, Jigsaw, original Saw. We've got the original Halloween, the 2018 Halloween, we've got H2O, we've got Halloween 2. Where is Halloween 2? Halloween 2, where are you? I lost Halloween 2, I don't know where it went. Where is it? Oh, there it is. I found it. We have Leprechaun in the Hood and Leprechaun Returns still. We have the original Child's Play, we've got Child's Play 2. That's it for that series, I think. Oh wait, no. We've got Bride of Chucky as well. We have A Nightmare on Elm Street 1, 3, and Wes Craven's New Nightmare. So that's cool. We have Alien, and Cujo, and 1931 Frankenstein. I think I already said that we still have Scream. Right? Did I say that? Well, if I didn't, I did now. So that's cool. Okay. Have I said everything? Is that all of them? I think that was all of them. If it wasn't, we'll get to them soon enough. But you know how I mentioned the 1931 Frankenstein movie, like, last? Well, that's because it is last. At least in the top. Focus. I like Androids better than iPhones. I've learned that now. Focus. There we go. Wait, no, don't look at that. So we've got that next. I would show my face while I'm talking, but I'd like to have comments on this video, so I'm not going to. But anyway, for my reason that I came up with over a year ago, let's see here. Frankenstein is portrayed expertly by Boris Karloff, but only one kill makes an impact. The rest is great, though. If the rest is great, then why is it number 25? Oh, so you know how there were those categories that I haven't said one of in a very long time? It's because there hasn't been one for 6 entries, but, we got to one of those. We made it to that one. And to commemorate that, we have the original Friday the 13th. Don't pay attention to that reason, because that was for the 2009 remake, which I ended up changing the placing for at a random part. This entire thing is just a huge train wreck. Okay. But for the Friday the 13th reasoning, some of the acting really drags this movie down, but pretty much everything else, except for, it's kind of boring, because I wrote this list whenever I hadn't watched the movie yet, so now I have more to say about it. So, I think that it's kind of boring for some of it, because nothing's happening, which, like, sure, they're trying to build up to the characters, but I still can't remember half the characters' names. Yes, I can. I still can't remember, like, most of what happened during those scenes, except for Ned being an idiot, so, you know, there's that. But Pamela Voorhees, who I stand by as my favorite killer of the series, she's the most scary. I don't know, Jason might be my actual favorite, but his mom was much scarier, to me at least. On to 23, this one. It's not Christmas anymore, but, I agree with this. Everything but the sexual assault was good. Except for, like, a few just random scenes. There were a few random scenes in there, which, like, sure, they give us kills, which are good, but they still, there's, like, no point in them existing, really, other than to kill people. Me over here with a stutter now, I guess. To the back of this page we go. Also, does it sound like I'm kind of shivering a little bit when I talk? Because I can hear, like, my voice kind of shaking, and I don't know why. Okay, I'm gonna go put gloves on, because it is really cold in here. I'm in, like, the coldest room in the house. So here, let me put some gloves on real fast. Also, I have a mirror. Oh, crap. So, it didn't actually show my face. But I'm still on screen. So now, with both my gloves on, it just looks like someone cut out the screen in the shape of a hand. Okay, move out of the way, other papers. People aren't allowed to see you. This is the stuff that we've already done. This is what we're doing. Number 22. Jigsaw. Yeah, it's good. It's really good, actually. Saw has always been one of my favorite series, so just the overall premise and just the way it's made just feels very neat. There were 2 twists. What were the twists? I remember that one twist was that another guy, who we only meet in this movie, was helping the whole time. He was like the first apprentice, which we've already had that twist 3 times before this, so... yeah. It kind of doesn't feel like a Saw movie, because it doesn't have the same amount of twisted and just, like, all over the place storytelling as the original 7. Like, Saw 3D kind of dropped part of that, and it wasn't as convoluted as the other ones. But it's Saw. If it's not that convoluted, it's not good. I think that pretty much everything is good. The acting's solid. The traps are some of the best in the series. Like whenever I think of traps in the series, one of the first ones that comes to my mind is actually the Buckethead trap from the opening of this movie. And then one of the next one that comes is the little spiral trap from later. So this movie's traps make an impact. I have to say the characters don't. Like, I don't remember half of their names. I remember how they die, though. Yeah, I remember how they die. That's about it. I can remember, like, a few names, but I can't match them to any people. So we're just gonna move on from Jigsaw, because it had problems, but it was still good. I remember seeing a trailer for Jigsaw whenever I wasn't into horror movies, and I was like traumatized. I'm not anymore, though. Like, I have to say, even though there was, like, even though the characters don't make an impact, the way that they die definitely does. Like, the kills in this, they're solid. Oh, that's my glove. Don't worry. Don't worry about that. Okay, moving on. Number 21. Cujo. Just kidding, I know it's pronounced Cujo. The story, which was made by Stephen King, so you know it's good, is good. I do like my reasoning here. Let me just turn it to landscape. And also the kills are solid. I don't know. I didn't really have much to say about this, because I don't know, the love triangle thing, I read the book, I haven't seen the actual movie, which means it makes no sense for it to be here, but I haven't whenever I was making this list, I had seen, like, maybe 3 of the films on it, so you can't get on to me whenever it's been a few years and I've seen more of the films that are going to be on the next list. Yeah, you heard that right. Next list. There's 100 of those. The next one, which I guess is going to be the 2020 version, is going to have 25 more films, and I haven't even started it, and it's Palindrome Day, so I need to start that. What are we talking about? But yeah, I read the book of Cujo, and the love triangle thing that takes up the entire book ruined love triangles, just in general. That's why I was complaining about it with Halloween 4. It was because of Cujo. So, thanks, Stephen King, you've ruined love triangle. Maybe if we have a love pentagon, I'll be okay with it, but not triangles. Triangles are bad. Okay, top 20. I can't snap, but I was gonna do snap clapping. Number 20. Saw 2. I would definitely put this much higher than I did here. At least with some of the things that are above it. I'd say it deserves to be a little higher. Why is there a check by it? The opening was a really good opening. The ending, the twist is what I was really referencing here with this ending. And holy crap, the twists are just, they're well set up. They hit hard, they're good twists. And this is the first movie in which someone is a jigsaw apprentice comes into play. So I'm not going to complain about it here, because it's the first time that it was done. So that's cool. Saw 2, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, the traps in Saw 2 also make an impact. Specifically that opening one. The opening one is just one of the greatest. It's again one of those ones that comes to my mind almost immediately. Okay, on to the third to last page. Oh boy. It feels weird to be ending this because it's been going for so long. Okay. Leppy Boy in the Hood. Now, this is by far the most character-driven entry of the series, and that's a good thing. Like, character-driven stories are very good. I know that that's just kind of a general statement, but whenever it's character-driven, I mean, like, where am I going with this? Okay, moving on. The story, the plot is, it feels like if Leprechaun wasn't involved, then it would still be a film, you know, because, like, Leprechaun only pops up every here and there, except for, like, the ending, which, like, he's gotta be there. The kills are good. This movie had the lowest budget of the whole series. So, yeah, there's one shot where you see over a set's walls, and it's so low budget. Oh god. Moving on to the outstanding category, we got Saw. Wait, did we seriously just run through the last of the Saw movies in 5 entries? You kidding me? Saw's good. Saw's better than this. Saw deserves better. B-movie charm out here. The twists. It only says 1, but there's 2. The traps are good. It's a great introduction to the series. The premise is scary, might I add. The premise might be the scariest thing about it. Like, just the thought of waking up in a trap where you have to, like, cut your arm off to leave is just, I don't know, I feel like, I don't know. Maybe if there wasn't a time limit or, like, consequences for me being inactive for a certain amount of time, then I might be able to do it. But if it was like, you have to cut your arm off in 60 seconds, I'd be like, no. that one moment when you get put into a jigsaw trap, but you cut off the wrong arm. Yeah, but this spot was originally supposed to be Saw 2. It's not now, though. The characters are good. I'm trying to make the camera focus with gloves on. It's not working. Dang it, do I have to take my gloves off? Really? Okay. I am now gloveless on one hand. Focus. Thank you. Okay. But we're gonna move on from Saw. We have ended the reign of Saw in this series, in this number 17. What is number 17, you ask? Number 17 is Jason X. Sorry, I was making sure the camera was zoomed out all the way. Everything good. But the sex scenes, I don't know. The sex scenes always just kind of make me feel kind of meh. And, like, I know that with slashers, there's always sex scenes, but I tend to just kind of skip over them, because it feels like they don't add anything to the story, except for, like, maybe setting up for kills. You know? And I do think that some of the kills could have looked a bit better, because this is wrong. Again, I've seen the movie since I made this list. I now have the experience of seeing 5/6 of the entire Friday the 13th series. I just still need to watch Freddy vs. Jason and the remake, but I have a feeling that my ranking isn't going to change much. You know? Should I talk louder? Do you think that this is even getting to the speaker? If it's not, I'll just do the entire thing over again. Watch this thing go to like an hour and a half, and you guys not be able to hear anything I'm saying. I'd just be like, oh no. But yeah, some of the effects could have looked better. That's about it. Flipping to the back of this page, we have the end of the Leprechaun series. Leprechaun Returns, both literally, as in movies, and as in this ranking as well. The kills are good. Leprechaun's good. Pretty much all of it's good. A few of the characters are just kind of dragging, and some kills are definitely better than others. Like, all the kills are good, but some of the kills are definitely better than the others, you know? You know? Now we move into the top 15, also known as the epic category, with Halloween 2, not the Rob Zombie one, the one from last century, the one from almost 40 years ago. Laurie Strode, being bedbound is the main reason it's only at number 15. Well, it's because Laurie and Dr. Loomis, rest in peace, Donald Pleasance, they were both sidelined until the very end. And it feels kind of cheap, because you're just watching characters that you know are about to die. Which I guess that's kind of also all slashers, but like, whenever it's a sequel and you have characters that have a chance of making it to the end, focus on them. Don't stick Dr. Loomis in a car for half an hour of the movie. Don't make Laurie bedbound for an hour. Like, these are very easy things to fix. Yeah, but I'm excited for the new Halloween film. I want to see what they do with it. I want to see if maybe Laurie Strode will die. I hope not. I'm too attached to her character. And plus, I feel like the movie is going to get backlash for that, because we can all remember what happened with Resurrection. And although, I will admit that if Resurrection had done it a bit better, and maybe let her sacrifice herself to, like, kill Michael in that timeline, and that's why they had to reboot it, then I feel like it would have been taken better. But still, I feel like a lot of people are gonna get angry if Laurie dies and Michael doesn't. Like, if you're gonna kill off one, kill off the other, you know? The amount of times that I am saying, you know, in this series, I feel like they should kill Laurie and Michael in Halloween Ends, which is the sequel planned for after Halloween Kills, which is the one that comes out this year. I think Halloween Ends is gonna come out next year. So, David Gordon Green or whoever's making Halloween Kills, if you're watching this, I feel like that would be a good idea. So do that, probably. Like, it's called Halloween Ends for a reason, you know? You know? Oh boy. Okay, I'm rambling about things that haven't happened yet. But number 14, Original Child's Play. Number 14, the animatronics are a bit dated, and some of the acting isn't very good. Like, some of the acting is just kinda eh. But for the most part, it's pretty good. And I will admit that the shots kind of look a bit glossy. And I think that it's better whenever it doesn't look like that. So, you know. You know. I don't know where I've picked that up. I wasn't saying that until I started recording. You know. Okay, number 13. I bet you can't guess what series is at number 13. It's Friday the 13th. Part 3, to be exact. I've always liked Part 3. I've always found it to be a high point in the series. Some people don't. I was pretty surprised at that. Some people think that it's one of the worst entries in the series, and, like, I guess I can see it. It's kind of the same thing as the first two. But then again, most of the series is pretty much the same as the first film. I mean, the first 4, 5, although 5 had a bit of a mystery element to it, but for the most part it was the same thing. 6 had comedy, but it was still pretty much the same. It was kids getting killed at a summer camp, but this time it was haha funny. And the gore was toned down. 7 was the same thing, just with more defined characters and, well, the main characters were kind of defined. Like, you had the main girl, like, she had issues. That was kind of her whole character, and the plot only happens because the chick in part 7 decides, I'm gonna see if my powers can bring my dad back. And then Jason came back instead. Nice job, Tina. God. Okay, but anyway, back to part 3. A few of the characters kind of suck. And some of the kills are a bit toned down. There are some kind of gratuitous 3D shots, but it's the 3D entry. Let it have its fun, you know? You know? I keep saying that. Okay, moving on. Top 10, last 2 pages. I mean, top 12. What am I talking about? Okay, we've got the last 2 pages. The last 2 front and backs, you know? Why do I keep saying that? Okay, we've reached the halfway point in the episode, ranking-wise, but H2O, Halloween water. Halloween water. What am I gonna say about Halloween water? Michael's mask. He has more than one, because they look different. God, it's like, the more I talk, the more my nose gets stuffed up. I'm gonna go take my Zyrtec while I talk, because I do not sound good, and I sounded just fine before I started recording. My voice wasn't shaking. Hey, look, it's me. My voice wasn't shaking. I didn't sound like I had the Kung flu, and oh no, my other medicine came out instead of the Zyrtec. Oh no, Zyrtec, get out, thank you. What if you go back in? I am a master at getting my medicine. It only took me like a full minute. I haven't even opened the Zyrtec yet. Okay, I have taken the Zyrtec. Okay, I've taken movies where people get dead. H2O. Jump scares? I don't care for jump scares, like there's the one in the original where Michael pops out of the closet and pins the dude to the wall, and then there's the one in Jaws where the dead body floats out of the boat. But other than those two, I can't really think of good jump scares. Actually, I'm sure I could if I thought hard enough, but whatever. Okay. Let's move on. I do like H2O, though. Like, I know so far I've just been listing off things that I don't like about the movies, but H2O, the amazing ending that the series could have had with H2O. Like, whenever I made my top 10 Michael Myers deaths, a while ago, I said that quote-unquote Michael Myers' death was my favorite in the series, and it's still that way. Like, the kill was very good. It was a plain and simple decapitation, sure, but whatever, you know? You know? Jamie Lee Curtis's performance was good. As was the dude that plays Laurie's son. I think his name was like Josh Hartnett or something. I don't know. Let's move on before this video gets too long and it takes 3 days to upload. Like the hour and 40-minute one that I did. Yeah, the little pilot episode for Wolves in Sheep's Clothing, that took 3 days to upload. Like, it took so long. Like, I started it, and it said that it was gonna take 12 hours. So I was like, okay, it is pretty long. That's reasonable. And then it kept jumping around with times, and I think the longest time that I got was 2,799 hours remaining. Which is a lot. I looked that up and it would be like almost 323 days for that, so good thing it only took 3 days. But number 11, Bread of Chuck. I do agree with this. Stupid romance subplot is the worst. Like, if the romance subplot was removed, and I know that would kind of ruin the whole thing. It would ruin the whole film, basically, because we wouldn't have a film to do then. But if that was removed, and it was just, like, those two characters were together, and they were just, like, out on a road trip, and Chucky and Tiffany were along with them, the movie would be probably at, like, number 5, because the romance subplot might be the worst thing in the Chucky franchise. And keep in mind, all of Seed of Chucky exists. Like, let's move on to the top 10 before I go into an entire rant. But, like, the kills were good. Some of the CG didn't look the greatest, but other than that, everything but the romance subplot was good. I just punched myself. Number 10. People are gonna get mad at me for this. The original Nightmare on Elm Street. Oh, right. Legendary. That's how you say that word. Here, let me read it like I wrote it. The ending sucked. Like, whenever I wrote it, I was so mad at the ending for some reason that I put periods after every word, and my only reason for it being this low was that the ending sucked. Like, some of the, actually I can't think of any other bad things about it, except for the fact that some of the shots still look kind of glossy, you know? You know? Okay, moving on to number 9. This might be the one that I disagree with the most. Scream. Which, now I'm not gonna spoil where it's gonna be in ranking 100 horror films, which is what I have officially titled the other one. Scream. Stop looking at that. I know that that's where you were looking. And I disagree with this. The throat slit works. It's bloody, and that's cool. Like, the thing with murder mysteries is that they work better as a TV show. You know? Dang it, I need to stop saying that. But they work better as TV shows, because then you have more time to build up the characters, you have more times to set up suspicions. Then whenever the killer is finally revealed, you have more than, like, 2 minutes to make them scary. And so, yeah, I make murder mysteries, that's kind of what I do. You know? Okay, I did that one on purpose, though. With my fake golden AirPods over there on the floor. I just got a YouTube notification that just says Siren Head. Only Siren Head, like nothing else. It was just Siren Head. There wasn't even a thumbnail. It was just Siren Head. Somebody should make a Siren Head horror film. Because there isn't one of those yet. So, you know. Now I'm just doing it on purpose. Okay, let's move on from Scream. Like, if I were to criticize something about Scream, it would probably be the bathroom scene where Sydney walks into the bathroom, and there are like 2 people already in there, and they seem to have just paused their conversation until she walks in to keep talking. And I feel like I'd criticize that if I were to criticize something about it now. But for the most part, it's a really good movie. Um, I'm glad it wasn't lower, because if it was lower, I would probably just go berserk and start roasting my younger self. So good thing that's not happening today. Alien. The multiple off-screen kills feel cheap. I mean, you're better than off-screen kills, Alien. Gosh. I will admit, it is a very slow film. Some of the scenes seem to just kinda drag. What am I doing with the camera? What is happening outside? Like, I know we're doing a garage sale, but, like, I'm hearing, like, laughing children. I'm hearing the child hooligans. Oh, God. But I don't have much to say about Alien, which is weird, because it's one of the films that I've actually seen that's on this list. I don't have much to say about it. It's good. That's about it. I don't know if I'd put it this high if I were to remake this list with only these films. Like, if I were to remake this top 10 with the films that are already in it, it would look a lot different. Okay, but moving to number 7, which is my favorite number, 7, along with 13 and 3. I have 3 favorite numbers. Friday the 13th, Part 6. My only real reason here is that the kills are cut down. Which, like, yeah, we've gotten to a point where the list is high enough where I only need to have one thing wrong with each movie to justify it being where it is. Because, like, some of the characters were kind of boring, I guess. I don't know. But let's move on, because I don't really have much to say about Jason Lives. It's good, yeah, but it's also... You guys are hearing that, right? I'm not going crazy in here, right? What is happening? Why is there a car right outside our house? Look at the car. Look at the car. There's a random car. That's not... I don't think that's... No, I don't think it is. There's just a random car. Okay, number 6, before this video is just 2 hours of me rambling about there being people outside my house whenever we're having a garage sale. Child's Play 2. Focus. Thank you. Oh, so now you're gonna unfocus? Come on. Yeah, you guys can kind of see it. Phil just makes me mad. So does Mrs. Kettlewell locking the detention room door. I don't know. Just seems kind of weird to me. Hey, guess what? You see this page? This second to last page? Well, guess what? It goes down on the floor because we're in the top 5. Heck yeah. So what do we have? We have... Sorry, trying to stay hydrated. We've got Friday the 13th, Part 4, Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors, Wes Craven's New Nightmare, and the original Halloween, and the newest Halloween. And I'm about to piss a lot of people off with this top 5, because of number 5, I am going to get so many hate comments that I'm probably going to wish that I had just showed my face the entire way through. And we're just gonna leave it at that for a second. Because I would like to talk to people for a second. I don't know where I was going with that. I feel like we should just get it over with, but I'm nervous. I don't want people to be mad at me. Also, it's kind of weird how this was originally planned to have like 18 or 19 episodes, and now we're gonna end it with only 10. Like, that is weird. Because with Apple phones, it's not making me verify who I am because it's longer than 15 minutes. So I can just go. Forever. Siren Head has arrived. I don't know if you guys heard that siren. If you didn't, that would have been real weird. Oh no, don't show the page. No. What am I doing? I just like contorted 3 of my limbs. What? What is happening? It's so fucking cold in this room. It is so cold in this room. I'm getting a blanket. See, got a blanket. I guess let's just get this over with. Wait, no, I need to take my medicine right now. Hang on, I found a reason that I can put this off longer. I'm putting it off longer. Because I was gonna do this video yesterday, but I didn't. Why? I don't know, actually. I don't think I have a reason. So, I am currently about to take 5 medicine. This is gonna take me a minute. I regret doing this. I made a video. Oh, look, a tablet. There'll probably be some dark secrets or something on here. But you guys can't see the password. Because I'm not that stupid. Oh, what's this? Hang on. What's this? 2 novels that are being written right now? I don't know, man. Seems kind of weird. And yes, I am... Yeah. And yes, I am scrolling slowly so that you guys can go at a shorter speed. And, read it if you want. I don't know. Sorry for having to make it be further away. Dang it. I can't get it right. Hang on. Going in landscape mode. I remember whenever we were ranking things. Hey, that's the wrong game. Also, I just realized how much further we have to go before we finish this. So we're probably not going to do the whole thing, but maybe just chapter 1. we're almost done. I promise. This is like a Star Wars opening title crawl. Oh, it ended. Hooray, we can get back to ranking stuff. See, that's how nervous I am. I just wasted 4 minutes because I'm so nervous. In fact, I think I've just wasted like the last 10 minutes just rambling about nothing. Okay. Number 5. Oh god. This was a mistake. Doing this video was a mistake. I've already made people angry, and I know it. And, okay. Number 5 is the original Halloween, okay? I'm sorry. Wait, what am I sorry for? It's my opinion. I'm allowed to have those. It's a good movie. It's a classic. I'm not taking that away from it. I'm just saying the other films are much more. They're better. I like them more. They're better made. Okay? Don't make me feel bad about having an opinion. God. I just have a few nitpicks. Like, it's a very slow film. So if you like stuff like Child's Play, that's more of a slow burn than a fast-paced thing, then, what do you call it? Then this film's probably for you. But I prefer things that are more fast-paced, like the new one. And that's why the new one's higher than it. But yeah, that's about all I have to say about it. I don't know, most of the scenes are kind of forgettable. There are a few things where it's like, that's real dumb. Like, why did none of the victims scream at all? Like, Judith kinda does. But then, like, and I know that Annie's being strangled, and she is making some kind of noise, but she's not making a loud enough noise. And Bob had about every chance to scream, and he just didn't. Like, he just let Michael pin him to the wall with a knife. He didn't even fight back. Or scream. Bob was useless. Bob, stop being so useless, God. Okay, I'm done with that. And just keep in mind that there is at least one YouTuber out there that thinks that the original Halloween only gets a 2 out of 5. Like, I'm not saying that their opinion is wrong, because opinions can't be wrong. But if you're gonna hate on someone for not liking Halloween, then I like it more than they do, so, you know. If you know what I'm saying. Oh, did the screen just get brighter? It did on my end. Number 4. Just another thing to piss someone off somewhere. Yeah, number 4 is Only a Nightmare on Elm Street 3. Dream Warriors. And I do agree with this. The whole Amanda Kruger subplot is really the only bad part of the film. Like, I feel like it was kind of pointless to keep it a secret who she was that whole time. I think that was kind of dumb. Not really gonna lie to you, Chief. That's about all I have to say about it. It's pretty good. Top 3. Oh boy, this is also going to make people very bad. I feel like a lot of people are just going to be very displeased with what my number 1 is. Because here, let me remind you, we have one from each of the main 3 left. We have Friday the 13th Part 4, Halloween 2018, and Wes Craven's New Nightmare. Now, I've seen Wes Craven's New Nightmare all over people's list. Like, I remember someone had it, like, second to last. Someone had it pretty close to being in the top 3. I think that it's the best of the series, but we're not to Wes Craven's New Nightmare yet, so I'm not going to talk about it yet. You know what we are to, though? Halloween 2018. Yeah, you heard that right. Yeah. I think that the Dr. Sartain thing was enough to justify it only being number 3. I think that the Dr. Sartain thing was enough reason for people to not put it as their favorite of the series, and I can see why. And it also really just, it comes down to taste with these two. Because, like, with Halloween, the original, you've got a slow burn, kind of like a paranormal film where, like, a haunting's going down. Because, you know, with those kinds of films, it always starts out slow and then gets faster and faster. And then with this one, you've got a more fast-paced 80s style slasher, like Friday the 13th. It's got a synth soundtrack, which this movie's soundtrack might be the best soundtrack out of everything ever. Like, some of the songs in the soundtrack are some of my favorite songs just ever. Or, well, some of my favorite composers. And this movie is part of the reason why synth is my favorite genre of music, so this film holds a special place in my heart. But, now for number 2. What's number 2? Is it Friday the 13th Part 4? Is it Wes Craven's New Nightmare?